Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. World record holder Tobi Amusan has just done it by actually qualifying for the finals of hurdles. Well, she ran 12.40 in her race to qualify the Heat 3 of her own group. Good one there for Tobi Amusan. As we talk about the lady right now, for the fact that, well, a lot of people are waiting to see what she will be doing at the Commonwealth Games, and now she has started. Welcome you once again on the show. Now, as we have our guest in the studio, Olawale Peter is here. Let's talk sport.
Good evening, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to the studio. I can see that you are smiling. You are really excited.
The fact that at least, when you hear this kind of news, okay, a lot of people, expectation has been so high, waiting for what we should do. We should be able to win it. We should qualify. And now, 12.40 at least is a good one. Okay,
like I said during the morning show, we shouldn't put much pressure on Tobiloba. We know what she's capable of.
Doing.
She went to the athletic world competition and with a best record of 12.41. Now she ran 12.40. And we are talking about it this time around, where she's going to preserve her energy. This is like an appetizer. Let me just try to qualify. The main issue, the main deal is when she's running for the final on Sunday for the final lap. So for her to have done 12.40 and her current record is 12.12. So I'm very sure. I'm not looking at her breaking the world record again, because paying 100,000 naira twice within the space of $100,000 within the space of
not up to 2 weeks.
Roughly 2 weeks from the last time and up to Sunday may be difficult for the organizer, so that they will not come up with the story of, oh, it's the heat weather in UK that supported
not
win this time around. So I think she's going to win a medal for us. Sincerely, she needs our support, but she doesn't need our pressure. That's just it. So
a good one there, coming from Lyle Peters, talking about our support team, Tobi Amusan, the world current holder in women hurdles, 100 meters, 12.12, where she actually ran at the World Athletics in Eugene, Oregon, USA. And now she ran a race qualifying in Heat 3, 12.40. Congrats to the world record holder, and congrats to Team Nigeria. We are waiting to see what she'll be doing on Sunday, as she'll be running in the 100 meters women's final in hurdles. Now let's come back home. Let's talk about football. As we start with Nigerian National League, no money, no match. According to Nigerian Referee Association, to members as NNL, that's Nigerian National League, resumes. Well, it has been on holiday for a while due to the FA Cup, a lot of things, but now it's going to be back, and the Nigerian Referee Association is saying no money, no match. They need their indemnities. They need to be indemnified. They want their money. It's just very painful that we are talking about this now.
It's more painful that people will work and they will not be paid for, or they will start begging for something that ordinarily they're supposed to do. Ordinarily. I don't know why people go to bed, sleep comfortably, that some people's salary that is supposed to
with
take
them.
It's not with them. They've even spent it.
They don't chop them.
Definitely. So for them to come out now, that is like no work, no pay. So for them to come out now that no money, no work. So that shows that a lot of things have been going underground before they can now say. And I'll be very happy if they can take to their words,
by
not to allow them to cajole them or to give them fake promises like we've seen before. Everybody is very important when it comes to the game of sport, not only football. Referees, unfortunately, we don't know the importance of referee until this situation comes up. Now let's see if it is the NFF or the LMC
that will go
or whoever will go there to go and refer, because without the referee, we cannot play the game. They are the one that balance the situation. They are the one that, in fact, the way they give importance to referee in Europe, we don't do that in this country. When was the last time you heard of a player or fan attacking a referee in Europe? But it's very common here, because these are the people that make the game to be very, very interesting. That's why they call them the officiating referee. They balance the game. They balance the situation.
They are the arbiter, the judge.
Yes, they are the judge, but in this situation, the case is different. They should please, I'm appealing to them. In fact, I will join them to tell them not to go. We have to get it right. We cannot continue like this. Is it that there's no money? There is money, but this money has been squandered by some people. I look at the welfareism of this referee also. I don't want to talk about the hotel that they normally stay during a competition, or their means of transportation, or the security that are provided for them during and after the match. I'm not talking about how it is. We are only talking about
those they are
pay them their money, their dues. Is it easy to be running around the pitch, left, right, center, front for 90 good minutes? Only them.
We look at that Zambia coach that had was he concussion? What happened
yes,
to him?
Yes,
the
sunstroke.
You understand? Imagine if he couldn't survive it. That's the end.
That's the end. So I think it's a very good one. I appeal to them not to allow them to be cajole, to be sweet talk, to come that will pay them. No, enough of their promises. They should pay them before they should even indemnify them. What do we mean? Probably an insurance company should come that, okay, we are indemnifying NFF that if they fail or refuse to pay, we'll be the one to pay on their behalf.
Simple as that.
It's very simple as that. If they don't do that one, I think...
Now, I wonder when NPFL, of course, they had sponsors now or thereabout, and they don't really, the LMC don't remember. It seems they do always forget about the ref. Because if they remember, whatever is coming from the sponsorship deal rather, something must have been kept aside to cater for the referees. And if you cannot do that, you can also get a company that can take over the indemnities of this refs.
I don't want to agree with you that they've been neglected. Probably they did not take them as a priority. So it is good for the Nigerian Referee Association to now refresh their memories. Like your system is hanging, so now click refresh button.
So that they can remember.
So that they can remember that, okay, we are even more important. Without us, okay, without the referee, can a match take place?
No.
It's not possible. So I think it is high time. And the NFF and the LMC that we're talking about, they do a budget every year. They do a budget, and I'm very sure that they will take into cognizance the amount of money they will pay for the ref. They will pay the referee. They know the number of referees that we have. They know the number of matches that they will play. But they have the features already, so they know this referee is going to so place. This is the amount they have all that one. So what did they do with the money? Is what they need to come out and explain. Talking about sponsorship, they've had a lot of sponsorship, sincerely. In fact, those people that are sponsoring them, they are just doing it for the publicity or for the love of the game. Because there's no accountability for the money they are giving to them. Because some of these sponsorship sponsors will now be looking at, why is NFF complaining that they don't have money? Why NFC complain that they don't have money? With the amount of money that we are giving them. So where are the money going to? So they themselves, they will be feeling as if they should stop doing what they are doing. So they will not be encouraged to do more. That's the truth. If you are sponsoring someone, a particular sport, and you discover that they are always complaining about money, and you know that
how much you
pay. And you cannot, in a very difficult situation, you can't come to the press and say, Nigerians, this is the amount of money I pay for these people.
It's very painful, seriously.
It's very, very painful, sincerely.
For ref to be saying no match, no money, no match, that shows that really it has gotten to that level they can no longer bear it.
If you recall, during our show on Tuesday, I made the same appeal to the players also, that they too, they should down tools like this. So until they start they are fighting for their rights. And this is not something that they're supposed to fight for. Because without the referee, without the footballers, are we going to have MPFL? Are we going to have NFF?
Without
are we going to have the
there is no
LMC?
sport that was without the sportsmen and women.
So if we are not taking care of them, we are taking care of your pocket. So it is high time for them to come out. Let the players also come out that we are not playing the game.
So let's see how
let's how we get, because they even need the money more than the players. Because how much are they paying the players? You'll be surprised. Some of them are collecting 80,000, 90,000 naira per month.
And the referee, where you look at how dangerous their work is, traveling from here and there, looking at the insecurity on the pitch. They can we saw, if you remember, sometimes by where the particular ref was slapped by a chairman of a club, and the other one that we saw that a fan went ahead.
Let's mention the name of the club. Kano players who are relegated currently now.
Maybe who knows what happened. Maybe the rest who know where he's from. He has gone to talk to his own
village people.
We've been talking about Nigerian referee actually say, well, if they don't pay them, they won't refer games in Nigeria nationally, because right now it has gone to that level, looking at how we run things in Nigeria. We have to just do the right thing to let our football get better. Still talking in that same sphere, we have to look at another one, WAFCON 2022. I've got concluded some times back. Super Falcons still awaits unpaid bonuses. Yes, they are waiting for the unpaid bonuses after they promised them. That was what I was saying on Tuesday, that the call that Minister of Finance made to them. It didn't change anything. Look at now. Super Falcons still awaits unpaid bonuses. And when I was saying that the ladies should have deemed me fit not to even obey, you know, it's not as if I'm not a Nigerian, but look at it now. Competition has finished. We are in maybe the third week now. I'm sure all the promises made. What has happened?
Okay.
The $1,000, take and go and rest. We'll pay you. Now imagine, and as we speak right now, yesterday, all the good the medalists in Commonwealth Games rather, $25,000 were actually $5,000 for winner, for gold winner, silver 3,000, and bronze 2,000. Now, how I wish that was how they settled these ladies before they left Morocco. Okay, you didn't win, yes, we agree, but you came fourth, right? And then for all the money we owe you before you leave this place, take your money. This won't come up. Okay. I'm sure one or two of them have started talking to the press that we've not gotten this thing. No. That's why this thing is coming up. Okay,
I think they did the honorable thing by listening to the finance minister. At least she's a mother. Number one, unfortunately, the motherly role that we expected her to play, she has failed or refused to do that. So they gave her that respect as a mother that should know the pains of the children crying for help. As the finance minister representing the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they have to give her that respect. But now, if tomorrow something else happened and she called them, do you think they will honor it? So there's always a first time. So and I'm very happy that she has proved, or they've proved themselves not to, they are not someone that we can rely on, we can take their word for it. The reason why they will not pay the Super Falcons the way they pay the athletes at the Commonwealth, $25,000 for everybody. So do you know how much they are owing? Just each play.
I remember it was $10,000.
$10,000. And they have about 23
of them.
23 of them. Yes. So that's $230,000. So that is the reason why it is easier to settle the athlete than. And the NFF chairman, he said that this money has been approved.
He says
the finance minister called them and told them that the money has been approved. The money is with CBN, with the TSA account. Your details and account have been submitted by NFF to the CBN. Just some processes, we are going to pay you.
Why is the process so long?
For 3 good weeks. So that means they are not telling us something is wrong somewhere. I've said it before and I'll say it again here. The AFCC and the ICPC, they have a lot of work to do in that glass house. A lot of things are going on there. It is not good. How can you allow someone that we saw how these ladies, how they suffered against Morocco during the semi-final.
9 against 11.
Now 9 against 11, and they still went out there. So that means everything they did it for the love of their country. It is totally unfair. It is shameful.
And painful.
Very shameful and painful that people that have worked for you because they believe in Nigeria, and this is how you are paying them back. Now, what do you want others that are coming to feel?
You see now, when I was saying some people would prefer that their children should go and run for Vanuatu. To run for Vanuatu. Anyway.
Home is home.
Home is home. Agreed.
We're going to get it right.
I just hope that the home will continue to be a sweet home, because from the way it is, Nigerian sports rather, they need to look at it, and the administrator out there need to just do the right thing to make sure we have a lot of talent that can make Nigeria so great among the Committee of Nations across the world. But from the way we administer on this sport, it's not really going well. Well, it's good enough for the wise, as they say. Quickly, we move straight to talk about the EPL. English Premier League is back. Yes, it's back, and match will be coming up between Crystal Palace and Arsenal. Big one there. Selhurst Park. Let's see who wins this game between Arsenal, the Gunners, and the man of the moment. Let me talk about, you look at this man, really, I would have loved him to play for Senegal when he was playing, but well, that's football at times. Just all of them they play for France. But from the way it says, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, the match that we had, English Premier League for this season is here, and we are here to talk about it.
Okay, the long awaited Premier League is here.
Finally here.
Yeah, it's finally here, and the football-loving fans, they will be happy right now that at least our weekend will not be bored the way it has been bored for the past 2 months. So it's a good one. Let's see, maybe Arsenal will take the opportunity to top the league, even if it is for a week, by winning tonight's match. Because
for a week? What if they decide to?
Well, let's see how it goes, because last season, they didn't top the league at all. Their first 3 matches have been very, very, very woeful, and they didn't do very well. And if you look at the last match also against Crystal Palace rather, they got 4 points from Arsenal last season. They won Arsenal 3-0 and they drew 2-2. So that shows that they get the better of Arsenal. And if you look at the Arsenal team, sincerely, they have very, very, very good players. I think last season they have the youngest team, an average of 24 years. So they have that. So that means they have the pace, they have the agility, but what they still don't have, like I do say, is they don't have the experience, and it's like they are more like children just doing, because they lose it, but they need someone to really calm the game. Now, this season also, they are the highest spender in Premier League. They spent about $154 million. They brought in 6 players. So I'm very hopeful that the 6 players will really, really help the team. The pressure on Saka and Bukayo will reduce, because he happens to be the first player at the age of 21 years to play all the matches.
38 matches.
Not 38.
Plus FA, plus all the leagues. Mention
at the age of 21 years old. So it's really, the burden was too much on him. So the likes of Fabio Vieira that is in there with them now, and the likes of Gabriel Jesus that is there also, they will be able to assist him. So I see Arsenal doing better, sincerely, this season. I see them doing better this season, and also the Crystal Palace, since they are playing their first match at home, and they will want to play a spoiler, and also knowing vividly that the coach of Crystal Palace happens to be a former player, a legend, and captain of Arsenal. So that's Patrick Vieira. So that issue is still there, that you still want to make a point. So it's going to be very enticing this season in Premier League. And I'm sure the record of 1,071 goals that was scored last season will be more than
this. It will be broken, because more goals will come.
More goals will come, with the likes of Having and Haaland in there, Nunes also, Salah is still there. So that means it's going to be an interesting one from day one to the last day. So everybody should just guide their space very, 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 very well. Well,
the opener between Crystal Palace versus Arsenal will be happening. Well, the main thing right now is that who wins this particular first match to herald the EPL for this season. A big one between Crystal Palace, a lot of forgetting Patrick Vieira and also Mikel Arteta. The two coaches, they know their onions. They want to show their class, because the beginning always speaks volume. Well, for Arsenal, they know that they are former star. Talking about Patrick Vieira, we want to prove a point by proving to be a spoiler against them. and the Eagles, as they call them, they also want to come out. Well, they have some fantastic player that want to turn things around in that particular club. Don't forget the fact that the beginning, they want to at least disturb or delay or actually win the game against Arsenal. Now, looking at this game, if you look at last season, Arsenal, they were able to at least balance their team now with some exciting, fantastic players, Gabriel Jesus and all of them. And now you have Crystal Palace, who they know that, yes, Arsenal will be coming with the mindset that we have new players. We want to win. We want to start winning. Like you said, they should top the table, even for a week. But for Crystal Palace, playing at the front of their fans, and knowing fully well that they just have to prove it. A lot of points to be proven, to at least proven to Arsenal in this game. Do you see them winning?
Okay, I see Arsenal winning.
Wow.
Yeah, I see Arsenal winning, and that's the truth, because the pressure is more on them right now. The pressure is more on them in the sense that they have to start on a very good note, unlike how they started last season. That was what really affected them. They pick up towards the end of the season, but they didn't start early. So this time around, they will have learned from the mistake of that last season, losing to Norwich and playing a relegation debut with Norwich at a point when they were 19. Norwich was 20 or 18. So that will not happen this season. They want to guide against that one. Crystal Palace also, they want to prove stubborn, number one, spoiler, number two. Then number three also, they will want to give their fans to welcome them that, oh, we are back and we are starting. I think the best that Crystal Palace can get from Arsenal will be a draw. I don't see Crystal Palace beating Arsenal. I see Arsenal winning Crystal Palace. Last season, it was West Ham, a Londoner, that won the first Premier League match. So this time around also, another London club will surely win tonight's match. So I see Arsenal winning the match. The pressure will be on them, but they have what it takes to curtail the pressure.
Good one there. Quickly, before we run it out, let's quickly talk about some transfer stories. Ariane signed striker Junior Lokosa on a year contract with an option of extension. Good one there for Junior Lokosa. Leicester City reject initial bid of £60 million from Chelsea, rather, for French defender Wesley Fofana there. And you have another one that says Barcelona are willing to offload Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to Chelsea. Well, this is the big one. Aubameyang to Chelsea. Chelsea going for two players.
I think Aubameyang to Chelsea would be a very good one, sincerely. And he has a coach now that is more matured, that can handle the situation. Because you can't take it away from Aubameyang. He's a very good, prolific striker. So I think it will be a very good one. And Chelsea going for Fofana for £60 million and rejected by Leicester City. That's why I told you that Chelsea, what they'll be doing now is panic buying. They don't really need that. Aubameyang, I'll be very happy if he can come to Chelsea and help the attacking front.
Good one there. Aubameyang coming to Chelsea will be a good one. A lot of Peter has actually spoken concerning that. Chelsea will be rejected for the bid for Fofana, £60 million. They are offering £70 million now. That will be it on 360 Sports on Trust TV. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
My pleasure being here, and I wish Arsenal best of luck tonight.
Seriously, from a Chelsea fan. Good one. Battle of London. Well, that's it. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.